So this will be shared with you. Okay, I will upload instead of just you are asking me the access. What I will do, if I am sharing by Google Chrome, you have to ask me the permission. So to avoid that one, I will upload this in YouTube. That links will be shared with you, so anytime that you can watch. So that's what I decide. Let us see now. So can you see the presentation now? Vidisha, can you see?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So till these structures we have studied in the previous classes. I said you already. Okay, some short tricks how to write this type of structures. How you can do that one. So every compound, every phosphorus will have one double bond O. Okay, phosphorus. Every structure we can see. So the structure, if they have given any structure H3PO4, for example, they have given first one double bond O you fix any phosphorus. Then what you have to do, according to the oxygens hydrogens you have to adjust. So for example, in the case of H3PO4, first you write the double bond O. Then what you can do is, now how many oxygens left? If you take the one oxygen, so three oxygens are left. Three oxygens. So three oxygens and three hydrogens are left. Okay, if oxygens are less, hydrogens are more, then in such case what you have to do, hydrogen you have to directly connect it to the phosphorus. So that's how you can write the structures. Most important thing is orthophosphoric acid and orthophosphorus acid. So from these two, for example, if you want to write the pyrophosphoric acid, this is the dimer of orthophosphoric only. If you remove the two molecules of this one, if you combine, if you remove the water molecule, that's how pyrophosphoric acid form. If you want to write the pyrophosphorus acid, so how you can write? The same way you combine both two and you remove the water molecule, the same way you can write the hypophosphorus acid also. Sorry, pyrophosphorus acid also. That's how it can be done. Now we will go to the next topic. What is the topic that we'll see? Oxidation states of nitrogen. So what is the disproportionation reaction? Vidisha, can you tell what is the disproportionation reactions which you have studied in 11th already? What is the disproportionation reaction?
In which both oxidation and reduction takes place.
Yes, very good. So in any reaction, if both oxidation is taking place and reduction is taking place, so oxidation state of nitrogen here is +3. Okay, how it is +3? O2 means here it is -4, and here how much it is? +1. Okay, -4 +1 means total -3. So opposite, when that goes to the against to the equal, so how that will become plus, right? So that's how nitrogen oxidation state is +3 here. If any compound, in any compound, if that is getting both oxidation and reduction, how that can be decided whether it is oxidation state, oxidation is taking place, reduction is taking place? That by checking the oxidation number to the central element. What is happening to the central element? If you find it out, you can come to know that oxidation is taking place or reduction is taking place. So here what is happening? +3 to +5 is changing. That means +2 is increasing. So this reaction is oxidation. So how it is +5 is coming here? 3 into -2. Okay, oxidation state of oxygen is -2. 3 into -2, -6. So total charge here is -6. What is the charge on the hydrogen is +1. So -6 +1 -5. So -5 means this one is the +5. That's how it is. The total compound is the neutral. Okay, -5 it is. So +5. So oxidation state is changing, right? +5. That's how it is the oxidation. And what is the reduction? Reduction, decreasing of the oxidation state. This is how HNO3 is forming. Another compound, nitrogen monoxide, is forming. Here oxidation state is +2. Okay, oxygen is -2, so nitrogen is +2. So reduction is taking place. So if you remove all this thing, what is left here? Water is left. This is what the disproportionation reaction. So why we are studying about the nitrogen here? In the case of nitrogen, all the oxidation states from +1 to +4 tend to disproportionate in acidic solution. This is most important. If you don't put the acid or basic, whatever it is, then this reaction doesn't takes place. So we know that what is the most stable oxidation state of nitrogen, whether it is a +5 or -3. Okay, these are the most stable state of the nitrogen. So +3 is not that much stable in the case of nitrogen. So that's what happens if you put in any solution like acidic or basic, especially in this case acidic. Environment, this will oxidize to the +5, and this will give the +2 also. Okay, so this is the most important to get the +5, as a though it is not the stable, +2 also not stable, still +5 to convert it is the +5, you are getting the +2. So that's how it is disproportionating. So disproportionation reaction, those reactions in which one compound is getting both oxidation is reduction. So that type of is the disproportionation reaction. The same case in the case of phosphorus also. Now I hope my voice is clear. Pooja, is today my voice is clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So in case of phosphorus, nearly all intermediate oxidation states disproportionate into +5 and -3. So in the case of phosphorus also, you get whether it is +5 or -3. So that can get the octet by losing the 3 electrons, or by gaining the 3 electrons, or by losing the 5 electron, that octet can be completed. So in the case of phosphorus here, this is +3 here, oxidation state. Here it is +5. The oxidation state of phosphorus is +5. Here it is -3 because 3 hydrogens, right? +3. So -3. The same case here, phosphorus O4. O4 means the all that you can calculate how the +5 is coming here, +2. Now you are very familiar with the oxidation numbers. So of heavier metals like bismuth and arsenic stabilium, they generally don't go under disproportionation reactions. So why they don't go disproportionation reactions? Aishwarya, can you tell what could be the reason this disproportionation cannot be taken place in this case? What could be one of the reasons? So here we are getting +5 oxidation state. So will it give +5 bismuth? Aishwarya, can you tell? Aishwarya.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell that why bismuth? Vidisha, can you tell why if I do the any compound of bismuth plus thus that will not give +5? Why it will not give +5? Vidisha, what could be the reason?
Because atomic radius is bigger. of
Bigger.
bismuth.
So what happens? Atomic size is bigger. So what happens? Why that +5? Due to the inert pair effect. Due to the inert pair effect, whatever the NH2 electrons are there, so that cannot be given due to the atomic size bigger. That is the reason. But that are tightly held to the nucleus, so this cannot give. That's how that with these type of heavier metals will not easily disproportionate the case. Okay. Now covalency of group 15 elements. So what is next one? Covalency. Oxidation state is different, covalency is different. So what is the meaning of covalence? That try to understand here. So for example, let me take the screen. I will change the color also, pen color. Okay. So what is the meaning of covalency? The electronic configuration of nitrogen is 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. Okay. If I write electrons here, 1s2, 2s2, so as it is the atomic number of nitrogen is 2p3. Okay. So this is the electronic configuration of nitrogen. Now what we will do, I will write the electronic configuration of phosphorus. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, then 3s2, 3p, how much?
3.
3s2, 3p3. Very good. So this anyhow, all these are the inner core electrons. This will not participate in the reactions. 3s2 means here, this is 3s2, 3p3. Another orbitals also will be present, though electrons are not present. Which orbital, that is Vidisha? Which orbitals will be present after 3p?
3D.
Very good. 3d, which is 0 electrons. Electrons are not there. 1, 2, 3, 4. So here what happens in the case of nitrogen, till 2p only it is exist. So next to 2d is not possible. Next energy level, that is don't go. 3s, that will not possible. So how many electrons, outermost electrons total are, how many orbitals are here? Aishwarya, how many orbitals are here? Total orbitals. I am not asking about electrons. I am asking about the orbitals. How many total orbitals are here?
2, sir.
Total orbitals. This is one orbital, 2, 3, 4. P is having 3 orbitals, right? So S is having 1 orbital. So that's how it is. Total orbitals which is having 4. In which case? Nitrogen case. So in this case, what the phosphorus here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 it is having. So all these orbitals can be used for the formation of the bonding. For example, here hydrogen is coming. 3 hydrogens are coming. So hydrogen comes with the electron and that will be shared with the nitrogen here. Okay. But in this case also same. For example, chlorine is coming. Okay. Chlorine, what that will do, that can share the electrons with this one. So how these electrons, how these orbitals can be used in bonding? For example, one chlorine from HCl, for example, one chlorine, H plus is there, Cl minus is there. Cl minus means 2 electrons it is. Cl minus means how many electrons it is? 2 electrons it is there. So these 2 electrons can be donated to the here in this orbital. That's how this, not only PCl5 compounds, PCl6 also can be possible. So that is the meaning of that one. So PCl5, how it will be possible? This, whatever this electron is there, that electron can be shifted here. Okay. So from starting, if I write, okay, this is the orbital. Now this will get excited to the here. Okay, how the compound of PCl5 is forming, let's check. This is exciting here. So what happens here? Now it became only 1 electron. 2 electrons, 1 electron I have shifted here. Total how many it became now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what happens? If PCl5 chlorine comes here, okay, that share another chlorine. How many total chlorine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what is the hybridization of this one? Rohini, what is the hybridization of this compound?
SP
Hmm?
D1.
sp3
D.
D, very good. D1. Okay, sp3d hybridization. This is how all will combine together. 5 orbitals will be formed. 5 orbitals with the same energy will be formed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All these are this one only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's how sp3d hybridization PCl5 will show. Okay, but that situation is not possible. Getting of excitation to the higher energy level, nitrogen case is not possible. So that's how the total valency of nitrogen can show is 4. But here phosphorus can show valency not only this 4, that can show plus 5, and this can show plus 6 also. So because here empty orbital is there next to this orbital, that's what I was saying, that Cl minus, if 2 electrons are there, this 2 electron can be given here. In coordination chemistry you will study regarding this. These are called the ligands, these are called the central metal atoms. So the type of chemistry. So covalency phosphorus can show plus 5 and plus 6 both, 5 and 6 both. So that is the meaning of that one. I hope it is clear now, all of you. If you are having any doubt in this one, you can ask me. Is it clear, Aishwarya, now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So this is how the nitrogen will not show covalency of 5 and covalency of 6, but phosphorus can show. Phosphorus can show this type of compounds can be formed here. P5, PCl5, P2O5, PF6 minus, PCl6 minus also. As like I said, as a coordination compounds example. The same way for the arsenic will show, antimony, bismuth can show valencies because they are having the d orbitals. So that is the reason they can extend their valencies. Nitrogen how much shows? That is maximum 4 kins, while the rest of the elements can expand their covalency. Why this is? This is because of nitrogen has only 4 orbitals, which is 1s and 3p orbitals available for bonding. For bonding, these many orbitals only. Okay, while other group 15 elements have d orbitals as well. Now, this is how nitrogen will show anomalous behavior. Okay, that is different from other elements in the 15th group. Anomalous behavior. Next, what are these anomalous behaviors? We will check by point-wise point. In the first, in 11th also you have studied anomalous behavior of the carbon, anomalous behavior of the boron when you have studied the 13th group and 14th group. Nitrogen is a gas. We know that nitrogen is N2, which is the gas only. Rest all phosphorus, arsenic, antimony, bismuth, rest all are what those are solids. N is diatomic. Nitrogen is diatomic. You can see here nitrogen is diatomic, that exists as a N2. But whereas other elements like for example phosphorus, that can exist as a P4, phosphorus, red phosphorus, white phosphorus, different phosphorus we have seen, right? So phosphorus, red phosphorus are those compounds like tetraatomic, like this type of structures they have. Okay, phosphorus. That's how that is different. Nitrogen is diatomic, but others are tetraatomic. They forms hydrogen bonds in hydrides. What they do, they form the hydrogen bonds in the hydrates. So what does it mean is nitrogen forms hydrogen bonds in hydrates. The rest all will not forms that much. Due to that one, hydrates means like for example nitrogen, if that forms with the hydrogen like NH3. Okay, if phosphorus, PH3. So hydride bonds, hydrogen bonds it forms. Which one? Nitrogen, but phosphorus will not form. This is hydrogen, right? So phosphorus will not form. So due to why it is, because of, for example, another nitrogen is there, molecule of another hydrogen in the environment. This, as nitrogen is the most electronegative, that hydrogen bonding can be formed, that boiling points and melting points can be increased. So as the forces are weight is increasing, right? So that's how boiling points and molecular weights are the increasing. Whereas in the case of phosphine, as it is not that much electronegative as like nitrogen, that will not obstruct the hydrogen that will not form the hydrogen bond with the other phosphine molecule. That's how it is. Nitrogen is different from other one. Due to that nature, what happens? The boiling point, melting point will be different. If you see the pattern of these hydrides, NH3 will have the more boiling point compared with whom? PH3. As the molecular weight, everything will be increased. Then again that will be increased. So here only it is reverse. The rest all next to phosphorus, AsH3, that will have more. Next, stabilium, antimony will have more. Next, bismuth will have. So that's how, due to the hydrogen bonding, that's how the boiling point it is. The same case with the oxygen also. Okay, oxygen hydrates, if you see H2O, this is H2O, right? So next one is H2S. If you see in these two, in a default, this should have more boiling point because sulfur is more atomic weight it is having. So that's how this should have more boiling points or melting points. So, but boiling points, as these are the gases. As H2S is the gas, but water is exists itself as a liquid. Why? The reason is that oxygen is most electronegative compared with the sulfur. Due to that one, that forms the hydrogen bond with the other water molecules. So that's how chain will be formed. Weight of those water molecules are increasing for the boiling. That's how water is existing and we are existing. Human being also exist because water is available. If this type of bond is not there, then the universe may not be exist. So that's what the beauty of the chemistry. So that's how water, oxygen is the most electronegative, hydrogen bonding. This same thing you will study in the 16th group elements also. That's what I am saying. That is the importance of the 15th group elements. If you understand the 15th group elements clearly, the many concepts will be repeated. Next, forms p-pi multiple bonds. Which one? Nitrogen forms the p-pi multiple bonds. Here you can see nitrogen, they can form only pi bonds. These two are pi bonds, right? One sigma bond. This one is the sigma bond. These two are the pi bonds, which are p. Nitrogen is having only p orbital, still p orbital. So that forms only p-pi bond. But whereas in the case of phosphorus, they can form d-pi also. D-pi. Okay, this for example, in the case of PCl5, we have seen one electron get excited to the d orbital. Then that orbital is form the bond with the p orbitals of the chlorine. That's how d-pi is also possible. In which case, PCl5 are higher metals. Next, phosphorus, arsenic, stabilium, bismuth, in such compounds, d-pi is also possible. Oxidation states, we know this is -3 to +5. This is also, for example, if you go down the group, what happens? They cannot show +5 oxidation, but nitrogen shows. No d orbitals does not form coordination compounds. So I said in the case of PCl5, Cl minus will act as a ligand that donates the electron pairs. That's how it is the behave. The coordination compounds cannot formed by nitrogen. Next, nitrogen differs from the rest of the members of the group due to its, so this type of continuation of this one, due to small size, high electronegativity, okay, attract the electron, capacity of attracting the electrons in the bonding, that is having the more in the case of nitrogen, and high ionization enthalpy. Why it is having high ionization enthalpy? Vidisha, why it is having high ionization enthalpy? Nitrogen is having high ionization enthalpy. Why?
Because atomic size is small.
It's not because of small. Oxygen compared with nitrogen, oxygen only having the more ionization enthalpy. Why it is? So I will write here. It is having 3 electrons. So here oxygen of p orbitals I am writing here. Okay. Now you tell which one. This already in previous classes I have discussed. You are saying we have watched the video, but still, Vidisha, do you know what could be the reason why it is having the more energy? To remove the electron of this one, we required more energy compared to removing of this electron. Vidisha, do you know or not?
Because, sir, the ionization enthalpy decreases down the group.
Why? Reason I am asking. I am not asking you down the group. This is across the period.
So paired electrons are
Yes, Pooja, tell me.
paired electrons are so.
Very good, Pooja. So that is the reason. If you would have seen the video very well, I have explained that one. Okay, what is that one? Okay, that this concept was not clear, right? Okay. So here, halfly filled. Electrons are halfly filled, but it is completely, due to the pairing here, this electron repulsions will be there, a little bit repulsions, so this electron can be removed easily compared with the nitrogen. Okay, so that I have explained in that video also, but there after 40 minutes that video is not clear. That is the reason I think you didn't catch this point. So what is happening here? Usually electrons which are occupied halfly filled are completely filled. Completely filled, to remove those electrons is highly difficult. That will have high energy. Okay, that's true that if you go down the group, sizes increases to remove the outermost orbital electron, that will be very easy. But whereas if you across the period, nitrogen will show different property, because if you go across the period, sizes will be decreased, right? Sizes will be decreased, but ionization enthalpy also increases. We require a lot of energy, but here there is change in the case of nitrogen. Due to it is halfly filled, it will show more than the oxygen and more than the carbon also. More than the carbon, more than the oxygen also. Nitrogen will show. Okay, now it is clear. Since it is the halfly filled, it is having the energy also, orbitals energy. Since it is halfly filled, that energy is that will be stabilized. Orbitals will be, electrons will be stabilized in that one. If pairing is started, that again some repulsions will be start. To remove that electrons will be easy. I hope it is clear now. Is it clear, Rohini, now why it is? Reason.
Yes, sir.
Rohini, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Vidisha.
Yes, sir.
Now it is clear. No, next, because these concepts we have studied in 11th also. Okay, next we will see non-availability of d orbital. This we have discussed already, and unable to form d pi or d pi p pi. So PRP can show d pi p pi orbitals. Arsenic, stabilium, they can show d pi p pi, and rest is bismuth, stabilium, bismuth, they can show d pi also. That's how it is. The pi orbitals can be formed in the case of nitrogen, which is not possible in the case of d pi p pi bonding in the case of nitrogen. Okay, anomalous behavior, that is related to the anomalous behavior. Now we are going to the reactivity towards hydrogen. Reactivity towards hydrogen. What happens when they form the hydrates? We call it as a hydrates. When those, this is E stands for element, central element, it is NH3. Okay, it is given here, NH3, PH3. All these are the hydrates of 15th group elements. Here the different things are given here. Basic character decreases if you go down the group. Okay, if you go down the group, what is happening here? Basic character decreases and thermal stability is decreases. What is happening here? Thermal stability is decreases and a reducing character increases. Okay, and bond angles also. Bond angles, what is happening here? Bond angles are decreasing. So this we will try to understand with the I will write and I will make you understand it. By reading this one you cannot understand this one. I will explain later all these points, you can read it. Okay, so what is the first one? Which character we have seen? First one now, which was that one? Can anybody tell? Huh?
Reducing character.
Reactivity towards hydrogen, sir.
No, I am not asking that one. Basic character. First one is basic character, then is the thermal stability, then reducing character. Why basic character is decreases down the group? That we will check first. Okay, why that property? That you have to understand clearly. Let me take yellow color, by that you can see clearly. Basic character. This time now 11:30. Okay. So what is basic character here in the case of NH3, PH3? So these are the reason based questions. In examination they ask why the reason. Okay, which one is the more basic and why it is the more basic, what is the sequence. So those things you should remember. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony hydride and
Bismuth.
bismuth hydride, right? So in the case of NH3, this is having the more basic compared with the PH3 or less basic, Aishwarya? Vidisha, is it more basic or less basic? According to the presentation which I have given, this one is the more basic or less basic?
More basic.
More basic. Why? So this is how sequence it is. Now the point is why NH3 is the more basic compared with the PH3. What could be the reason? So what is the basic means? What is the base means? What definition you know, Vidisha? Can you tell?
pH is above 7.
Okay, 1 point. And another different definitions we have studied. And what bases can do? pH, I am not asking about the property. I am asking about what they do. Is it like donating a proton or abstracting of the proton, or donating of electron pair or abstracting of the, how it is? Okay, different definitions we have studied, right? In 11th, Lewis acid, Lewis base concept, Bronsted acid, Bronsted base concept. All these we have studied. So what is the meaning of base?
OH minus.
Okay, donation of OH minus. Okay, that is one of the definition. And here we don't have OH minus, but still I am talking about the base. And Pooja, can you tell? It is having the lone pair of electrons. What is
H plus ions.
which releases the H plus? I am talking about the base. Okay, this is the definition of the Bronsted acid, Bronsted base concept, which releases the H plus ion is the acid, which releases the OH minus. Yes, Rohini was about to say something. Yes, Rohini, tell me.
Service species.
Electrons, what happens to the electrons if it is the base, if it is the acid? So, okay, I will give you on a BF3, okay, from the 11th only. So it is having empty orbital. So this is which acid or base it is? BF3 is acid or base it is? Vidisha, is it acid or base? That means that you have not recollected the 11th. I said already, what you have studied S block and P block in 11th, try to recollect that knowledge. Huh?
Base.
Base it is.
Basic.
Why it is basic? Rohini, which one it is? Is it acid or basic? Do you know definition? Acid. Why it is acid, Rohini?
Because boron is acid.
Okay, okay, I will tell you again. Okay, one second, I will tell you just to recollect you. Okay, so Lewis acid means which accepts the lone pair of electrons. Which accepts the lone pair of electron is called the Lewis acid. So boron is having the one empty orbital. This is one of the good example of Lewis acid. So Lewis base means base. The definition of base means which donates the lone pair of electrons to the other one. So that is called the base. So in the case of this definition applicable to this also OH minus. Why? Because this is having 2 electrons, right? Minus means 2 electrons. OH minus means that is donating to the someone. That's how you say OH minus, which are having the compounds are the bases. So to generalize that one, Lewis also as a scientist, he also given the definition which donates the lone pair of electrons. Okay, or abstracting the proton. Why all these are the definition? Donation of the OH minus and donation of the lone pair of electrons and abstracting the proton also. All these are the definition. So this nitrogen is more, this can donate the easily lone pair of electrons easily, okay, compared with the phosphorus. Why? For example, H plus is there. H plus is there. Now, which one can abstract this proton easily? Nitrogen or phosphorus? Vidisha, which one can take this H plus easily now? If, for example, HCl compound is there. For example, compound of HCl is there. Okay. So I don't write H plus here. I don't write here H plus. Okay. Now what I will do, I will write HCl both. Now, which one will abstract the proton easily from these two? This one or this one?
NH3.
NH3. Why?
Sir, it's more basic.
Okay. So why it is more basic? Try to understand here. The concept you have to understand here. This lone pair of electrons, try to understand here. H plus. H plus Cl minus means this is almost electron pair towards to the chlorine only. And this is H plus. And this is nitrogen is ready to give the lone pair of electrons to the H plus. The reason is that one thing is smaller atom, okay, smaller, this is nitrogen is the smaller element. Due to that smaller element, if I write these bonds clearly, okay, this will be the size of this one compared with this one. Phosphorus is bonds are like this, okay, just for imagine I am writing. So bonds are like longer compared with this one. So here lone pair of electron is there, here lone pair of electrons are there. Is this lone pair of electrons are having the more repulsions or this one are having the more repulsions? In the case of nitrogen or phosphorus, Aishwarya, किसमें ज़्यादा repulsions are? These are the bonding pair of electrons. These are called the bonding pair of electrons, and these are called the lone pair of electrons. So if you compare the repulsions between bonding pair and lone pair, so in which it is the repulsions are more? Electron density where it is more. So that is the meaning of the thing is electron density in which it is more. पास में electrons किधर है? So where the electrons are closer, Vidisha?
NH3.
Because yes, electrons are here very close. All are the negative, right? So here repulsions are the more, and these electrons are projected towards to the outside. Okay, as like a pyramid structure. We have seen nitrogen, hydrogen, hydrogen. So electrons are projected structure is like that pyramid. So due to that one, as it is projecting towards this one, these electrons can be given to the H plus. As it is a smaller electron, as it is the smaller atom, that will do? That will abstract easily H plus. So compared with this is what the meaning of basicity, abstracting the proton from the other compounds, other acidic compounds. So here also this NH3 easily can donate the NH3 easily gives the electron pairs to the BF3. Okay, BF3 it is having empty orbital. If you write the electron configuration, all that after the class you try why it is having the empty orbital in the case of BF3. So this lone pair of electrons can be formed and BF3 NH3. So this type of compounds can be formed. This type of bonds we have written. Okay, which type of bonds? BF3 and NH3. This type of bonds we have written. So that's what the meaning of basicity. Which one is having the more basicity now? Nitrogen. If I ask this type of question, next these concepts will be applicable in the 16th group also, 17th group also. So you should not get confused there. Now acidity character. Acidity character will increase or decrease if you go down the group. Aishwarya, acidic character will it increase or in the case of hydrates, I said basic character is decreasing. So in the case of hydrates, acidic character will increase or decrease. What do you feel, Aishwarya? Huh?
Increase.
Increases. That will be opposite. Okay, that we will study in detail in 17th group elements. Their acidic character can be asked, but here basic character can be asked because NH3 is the good base. In the case of hydrates of the 17th group elements like chlorine, bromine, iodine, HI is the HBr, HCl. HI is the more acidic. So these are the reason. Next one is we have seen. Okay. Okay, next one is thermal decrease, thermal stability decrease. That also we will see now, thermal stability decrease. And next one is reducing character, what happens? That also we will see now. Okay, now we will see thermal stability of hydrates, thermal stability of hydrates. So what happens to the thermal stability? Again, we write this is how bonds will be, okay? NH3. Next, sizes will be increases now. Next, arsenic. This will have more bond length. Okay. So which bond can be break easily? If you compare with all these three bonds, Rohini, which bonds can be break easily? NH3 or PH3 or ASH3?
NH3.
NH3 bonds can be broken easily. Okay, you are having the small stick, you are having the long stick. Which one you can break it easily? Small stick or long stick?
Long stick, sir.
Then now you tell me in NH3, ASH3, which bond can be broken easily?
ASH3.
ASH bond can be broken easily because bond length is more. If you give smaller thermal stability means if you increase the temperature, these bonds can be broken easily. You require less temperature to break this type of bonds. So that is the meaning of thermal stability. Thermal stability will decreases. It will have the more thermal stability, but it is easily break. So now which one? Reducing character. This is what about the reducing character. Now what happens? Now we will see about the reducing character, which is very, very important. Reducing characters are very, very important. What happened to the reducing character? What is the reducing agent means? Vidisha, what is reducing agent means? Aishwarya, what is reducing agent mean? Pooja, you also can tell. Anybody can tell. What is the meaning of reducing character? Reducing agent means what? Pooja, do you know? What is the reducing character? What is the oxidizing agent? Vidisha, can you tell what is the oxidizing agent?
Which loses electrons, sir,
So not basis of electron, tell me.
is reduction, sir.
No, I am talking about the reducing character, reducing agent. Okay, for example, in the oxidation reduction reactions you have seen already. Okay, for example, once again I will write this. For example, copper oxide is there. Okay, and H2 is there. Simple example I am writing. So this is Cu plus H2O. In this one, copper oxide, H2, which one is the oxidizing agent? Pooja, I am asking you this question to you. Among the copper oxide and H2 in between, which one is the oxidizing agent? Which one is the oxidizing agent, Aishwarya?
H2.
H2 is the oxidizing agent. Vidisha,
No,
which one is?
CO.
CO is the oxidizing agent. Why? Because that is providing the oxygen. CO is the oxidizing. So which provides the oxygen is called the oxidizing agent, because of whom oxidation reaction is taking place. Now you tell me, the Pooja, which one is the reducing agent? Pooja. Vidisha, which one is the reducing agent here?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen, because this is supplying hydrogen. So now it is clear to you what is the reducing agent means, what is the oxidizing agent means, because of whom reduction is taking place, that is the reducing agent. So here if you compare among the NH3, PH3SH3. Now the question is here, which one can releases the hydride ion easily? H can given by whom? H minus ion can be given by whom? By whom it can be given easily? Rohini, can you tell? By this
Nitrogen.
guy or by
Nitrogen.
Nitrogen. Rohini, which one can give hydride ions? In which bond you can break easily?
Hydrogen ion get that easily,
Huh?
sir.
Huh?
Hydrogen ion. Yes,
Hydride ion H minus can be given by whom among all these three? I am saying yes, Vidisha, tell me.
Arsenic.
Arsenic. Why? Because this is long bond. That's how I have written clearly here. This is having long bond. I said one example, long stick is there that can be break compared with this smaller stick. So this is the hydride ion can be given easily. H minus ion who can give? That is the meaning of here. As such here it is nitrogen is the negative one. If it gives also H plus only possible here. Electron will be taken by nitrogen only. Though it is not possible, but still nitrogen. But if you go down the group, positivity will be increased. So metal character will be increased. That means that can give easily H minus ions. So now if you go down the group, how the basic character will be? NH3 is lesser than the whom? Nitrogen, phosphorus, PH3. This guy can give very, very important. Is it clear, Aishwarya, now why it is?
Yes, sir.
So that is the reason. SbH3, BiH3. Very, very important for the examination point of view. Reducing nature, reducing character. So this sequence you should remember. So this is the reason. As it is having the more bond length, this can give the easily hydride ion, and metallic character also keep increases. So that donates the electrons easily, right? So H plus, H minus can be given. So that's what whenever any element, if it is combining with the H minus, those are called the usually hydrides. Now we will see what about the case of the bond angles. So what happens with the bond angles, that also we will see. NH3 is there. Okay. Again, PH3, arsenic. Okay. I am writing more. Okay, nitrogen we are having, NH3 we are having, PH3 we are having, and ESH3 we are having. Okay, this is how sequence will be. Bond lengths will be keep increases. Now you tell me bond angles in which that will have more. So try to understand here concept. See. So in which electron density where it is more, that will have the more repulsions. If it is a more repulsions, what happens? That will take the more length. That will repulse. So in which case the repulsions will be more. These bond pair electrons are here, right? So here negative charge is here, negative charge is here, negative, negative. Okay, this is how bonding is. In the case of PH3, here it is. Now Pooja, you tell me in which case, nitrogen case, phosphorus case, or arsenic case, hydrides, which one will have the more repulsions? We are talking about the bond angles. Pooja, can you tell which one will have the more repulsions? Vidisha, now you tell me. So this question posed to you. Which one will?
Nitrogen. Nitrogen, sir.
Nitrogen. Why? Because here electron density is more. Electrons are closer here, but here distance are more here. Is it okay? Clear, Pooja? Why it is? Repulsions will be more. Pooja is there? Is there? Aishwarya, is it clear why it is having more repulsions? Here you can see,
Yes.
Here it is very close here, but here it is far it is. So that's how what happens. Repulsions will be more here. So due to repulsions, nitrogen will have this type of, so more bond lengths. So due to repulsion, this type of lengths will take. In the case of phosphorus, that much distance will not be there here. So there will be some closer. In the case of arsenic, okay, this is H, more closer. So as a hypothetical, I am saying, okay, the bond lengths are different that you can check. As I am saying, values no need to remember, but why it is happening, that concept you should know. No need to by heart the values. Nowhere you no need to by heart. But these things. Now you tell me which one is having the more bond lengths, Rohini? Bond angles. Sorry, bond angles. Which one is having the more bond angles? Rohini. So this is only the bond angle. Aishwarya, can you tell me which one is having the more bond angle?
NH3.
NH3 is NH3 is having the more bond angle because repulsions are more here. That is the reason that repel and that takes the some space between. So that's how bond angles will be decreased if you go down the group in the case of hydrides. Hope it is the clear now. So that's what all about the in that slide talks about. That points all you go through that one and try to understand. So all these points are explained. So these are the bond angles. NH3 is 107 degrees 48 seconds. So 93 degrees 48 seconds. This is how we pronounce this. Okay. And 91 degrees 90 degrees. That's how it is keep decreasing. Okay. So all these concepts once again, these are only bond angles. What happens? Go down the group. Go down the group. This is once again recap. It is properties, bond angles. What happens in the case of MH3? So this is the central element. It is so decreases that we have seen now. The reason, these reasons you should know. Okay, it is compiling now. That can be basic strength. What happens to the basic strength? That also will be decreases if you go down the group. As the size of the central atom is increases, electron density decreases. So that's how projection of the electrons of the lone pair of electrons will be decreased if you go down the group, and donation nature will be decreased. That's how basicity will be decreased. And thermal stability decreases and reducing character increases, which is very, very important. Okay, as the stability of hydrases decreases, the reducing character increases. So melting points and boiling points increases if you go down the group, except nitrogen. Very, very important. Nitrogen, NH3 will show anomalous behavior. This is what it is. Okay. Okay, all these points you can cap, so you can find it out. All this we have discussed. Here you can see NH3. The boiling point of melting point of NH3 is how much here? 195.2. But PH3 is decreasing. Again, it is increasing from the ASH3. Okay, the same case for the boiling point also. It is more, but here it is again increasing. Here it is reverse. Distance, it is in the case of NH3 it is less, but if you go down the group, size is increasing. That's how reduction character, thermal stability, everything is depend upon. And angles are also decreasing. And this delta FH, what does it mean? This is basically properties of hydrides, formation enthalphy. So formation enthalphy means enthalpy difference. For example, N2 is there. For example, that is reacting with the hydrogen, a Haber's process, NH3 is forming, for example. So what is happening here? The enthalphy, total enthalphy of this one and total enthalphy of the difference between the enthalphy. So that's how, for in the case of NH3, it is minus 46.1 and this is 13.4, 66.4. This is how formation of the enthalphy. The more it is forming, the more the value it is coming means that stability is less. That is the meaning of that one. Easily can be break. That more the value means formation of enthalpy. That means that easily that bonds can be broken. Dissociation enthalpy. This is again you require less energy if you go down the group. ASH3 can be break, right? So we require a lot of energy to break the NH bonds. So this is all about the summary of this table, which is given in your textbook. Okay. So this, could you able to download this presentation, Aishwarya?
No, sir.
Not yet. Okay.
No, sir.
Okay. That you remind me that I will give you another file. Okay. I will try to convert into the another form. I will give you, as it is having the higher memory. You don't have good internet connection. That's how you are unable to download. Okay. I will try to reduce the size and I will send you. But you should remind me. Okay.
Yes.
Next, reactivity towards oxygen. When they reacts with the oxygens, this type of compounds will be formed usually N2O3, N2O5 or P2O3, P2O5. This is like nitrogen, phosphorus. Is Nikhil is there in class? Aishwarya, is Nikhil is there in the class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. E2O5, E2O3. This is the general forms like N2O3. This is also possible. And N2O5 possible, P2O3. Okay, all here you can see P4O10, AS4O10. This type of all the compounds can be formed. An important thing is that the oxide in the higher oxidation state, the oxide in the higher oxidation state of the element is more acidic than that of lower oxidation state. Try to understand this statement. So next point also we will see, then we will try to understand this one. Acidic character decreases down the group because metallic character increases. So let's take, so what does it mean if lower oxidation state is having, that is the more acidic. So what is the meaning of acid? So now we have seen the different definitions of acids and bases. What is the difference between acids and bases? So what is the definition of the acid? Aishwarya, now you tell me. So what is the definition of the acid? So different
Acids have plus signs. Sir. Acids have H plus signs.
Acids have H plus ions, okay, which releases the H plus ions, right? Acid means which releases the H plus ions. So for example, two compounds we will take, I will take another color, HNO3, okay, the name of this compound is nitric acid, and another compound HNO2, okay. So according to the statement, what it says that which one is having the lesser oxidation state, that will show the less acidic property, less acidic that will have. And another statement, if you go down the acidic character will be decreases. So what does it mean here? If in this case, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen here? Vidisha, can you tell me quickly? What is the oxidation state of this one, HNO3 and HNO2?
+5.
Very good, +5. Okay. In the case of this one, what is the oxidation state? Fast. This much time you should not take.
3, sir.
Very good, +3. Now you tell me which one is the more acidic. HNO3 is the more acidic or HNO2 is the more acidic?
HNO3.
HNO3, because this is having the more oxidation number, that's how it is the more acidic. Why it is? For example, in the case of, if you see HNO3, here more oxygens are there. More oxygens are there means what? More electron withdrawing property is there. For example, if I write the structure of HNO3, regarding this you will study in the next chapters. HNO3, okay. So what is left there now? HN, 2 oxygens we have taken, another oxygen, okay. It will be like that, N plus and O minus. This is different type of structure than the normal ones. You can write it like HNO3, okay. Now here in this case what happens? It balanced now, HNO3, right? Now in this case what happens? Oxidation state of this nitrogen is +5. How many oxygens are there? Here 3 oxygens are there. Here if you see in this case what happens? Nitrogen, 1 OH, okay, and another oxygen. Surrounding the nitrogen, how many oxygens are there here? 2 oxygens are there, and oxidation state here is +3. So nitrogen is attached to the 3 oxygens here. Here nitrogen is attached to the only 2 oxygen, and nitrogen is more electronegative. So if it is more electronegative means from hydrogen the sharing electrons can be taken by whom more effectively, by this one or this one. First case or second case? Rohini, kaun sa case mein proton easily can be released? Rohini. Aishwarya, in which case it can be released, proton? Pooja.
First, sir.
So in this case, proton can be released. The reason it is more electronegative elements are surrounded by nitrogen. So due to that one, what happens? This can easily give the electrons can be taken by O, then H plus can given easily. H plus can be given compared with this one. So that's how, that is the meaning of this one. The more acidic if it is having the more oxidation number in the same type of elements if it is having. If you go down the group, for example, if you take HNO3, okay, if you take the HPO3, okay, HPO3, let's try to understand the bond with the simple bond. Nitrogen, oxygen, hydrogen bond. In the HPO3 case, what is bond we are having? Phosphorus, oxygen. So total structure I am not writing. So try to understand the concept here. So which bond can be broken here? This bond or this bond? First bond or second bond? Vidisha, which bond can be broken? Which one will give the easily H plus? Which one will give the easily H plus? First class, first? Huh?
Phosphorus.
This one can give easily. Why?
NaOH. NaOH.
Very good, Rohini. Why it is NOH?
Because it has abstract hydrogen, sir.
Very good. If you have to compare with, if you go down the group means what? You are comparing the elements of the go down the group, nitrogen and phosphorus. Which one is the more electronegative? That's how the sharing electrons will be pulled towards this one. So oxygen, what this? Since nitrogen is also pulling towards that one. So what that will? The sharing electrons will be taken towards to the oxygen. In the case of this, what happens? That much cannot be pulled here. So this OH bond, H plus cannot be given in this case. So that's how nitrogen, phosphorus, ASOH, this will be keep decreasing. Metallic character will keep increasing. So that's how H plus cannot be given easily. But if you go down the group, so what is happening? When hydrogen is directly attached, this can be broken easily and H minus can be given. Here I am talking H minus giving is not the acid one. H plus is giving is the acid. This is the reduction property. This is the acidic character. So H minus, H plus, don't get confused. If you are having confusion, please ask me now only. Okay, that's how H plus is giving and the acidic character is increasing. Okay, is it clear now, Vidisha? Why NOH is the more acidic?
Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Okay, so these are the points which are given here. Try to learn that points. Okay, as a summary, you can see here all the whatever the points I have discussed of the properties of oxide, properties of the hydrates we have seen, and the properties of oxides is like that. Acidic strength of trioxides, acidic strength of the pentoxides. So it's again how the oxidation state, that also depends. So electronegativity of central atom, what is happening here? They're decreasing. In this case, what is happening? Electronegativity is the same case. This is for the trioxides, this is for the pentoxide, and acidic strength of the oxides of the nitrogen. Okay, if same elements are present in the molecule, that's how it is. All these things, you should say, it is a summary. That's it, whatever we have discussed. Okay, next, oxides of group 15 elements in different oxidation states it is. Okay, how the different oxidation states will show. For example, nitrogen case, nitrogen is the in +1 state, which type of compounds that show? N2. Major compound is what? N2O, that shows. In +2 state, NO. Phosphorus is not showing +1 and +2, the same case. In +3 case, N2O5, P4, O6, H2O3, all these are the possible. In the +4 case, these are the familiar compounds. Okay, N2O5. Here 10, here N2 means N2O5. How the +5 is coming here? N2O5. So oxidation state, how you can calculate here once again? 2x 5 into -2, -10, right? Is equal to the 0. Total charge is 0. 2x is equal to the +10. X is equal to the 10 by 2. So 5. So that's how 5. So for everyone you calculate, and what the compounds are forming with the +5. With the +5 you can see almost all the compounds are forming. Okay, so but it is not stable, be it Bi2O5 and all. Next, reactivity towards the halogens. What happens when those gets the reactivity? That points we will see now. These elements react to form two series of the halides like NX3 and NX5. So NX5 is not the possible because the valency of that nitrogen is very 4 only. But phosphorus can form PCl5 sort of compounds, PCl3, PCl5. Nitrogen does not form pentahalides, just now as I have discussed, due to non-availability of the d orbitals in its valency shell. So that is the reason. Then trihalides except BiF3 predominantly covalent in nature. So what does it mean, covalent? Trihalides except BiF3, all are the covalent in nature. So why it is happening? The reason is that Fazan's rules. Okay, these Fazan's rules we have studied in the 11th also. Trigonal, this type of, if it is EX3, E stands for central element, that is X3 means like that can be fluorine, chlorine, bromine. If it is EX5, the example is PCl5, you know that trigonal bipyramidal structure that shows. So what happens in the case of Fazan's rule? You can see here cationic charge and anionic charge. If you go down the group, what happens? Size differences will be there. In the case of in starting, for example, nitrogen is there, phosphorus is there. Almost all those are the same type of sizes, closer, nearby closer. But if you go BiF3, Bi means that is the bigger size, and another one is the smaller size. So due to that one, F will have here minus charge clearly, Bi will have the plus charge. So the sharing electrons is taken by F minus. Due to that one, it will have the ionic character. But same type of sizes if it is having, those can properly overlap and polarization can be taken, charge. So one single bond, covalent bond will be takes place. So the covalent character gradually increases. That is all because of the sizes. If you go down the group, what happens? The size is increasing, the polarization will be decreases. Due to this one, charge will be separated clearly, and this is how it separated out. Which one? Ionic compounds will be formed. It is. Next point is the pentahalides are more covalent in nature than trihalides. Pentahalides are more covalent than in the nature. In trihalides, due to +3 oxidation state, the central atom polarizes the halogen atom to a lesser extent as compared to +5 oxidation state in pentahalides. More the polarization, larger will be the covalent character. So this is what the point we have discussed now. So if it is more pentahalides means, for example, in the case of PCl5, mute. Someone is okay. In the case of PCl5 compared with PCl3, okay, more electronegativity is increased here. In the case of PCl5, more electronegative elements are there. That's how after forming the bond, that forms the good covalent compounds and sizes also. Here the overlapping of phosphorus and chlorine will be the same sizes almost. So that is the reason that will have the more covalent compounds. So these points you just go through that one. If you are having the doubt in that one, that can be, you can ask those points. And okay, this point also we will see. All the trihalides except those of nitrogen are stable. Okay, nitrogen halides are not so stable, NCl3. Okay, but NF3 is stable. In case of nitrogen, only NF3 is stable. Okay, because due to the size. Nitrogen, chlorine, again the size difference will be there. Nitrogen and chlorine, what happens? Size difference will come. If you see in the across the period only comes, same period only nitrogen and fluorine comes, right? So sizes almost similar only. But come to the fluorine to the chlorine, size will be increased due to the overlapping of the orbital. Here it is 2p orbital. In the case of chlorine, 3p orbitals. The overlapping of also with the different type of energy levels is also not possible. That's how these bonds are the not stable. But NF3 is little bit stable compared with that one. Okay, so this is what all these points are. Just to go through that one. That is the reason this is used. NCl3 and NBr3 are the very unstable and explosive in bombs preparation. There also this type of compounds can be used. It is. If you are having any doubts till now, you can ask me. Is there any doubt, Vidisha?
No, sir.
Okay. Some more 5 minutes I will take and I will leave you. Nikhil, are you listening the class? खेत में पानी डालने के लिए गया शायद ही.
Yes, sir. Tell me.
Who is talking? Pooja, who is talking?
Sir, Nikhil.
Nikhil, his voice is not clear. Okay. Reactivity towards the metals. So what happens when nitrogen, phosphorus, they react with the metals? Which type of compounds they form? So that is the meaning. All group 15 elements react with metals to form binary compounds. So if it is binary compounds means you can write the compounds easily, structures, and they show +-3 oxidation because metals are positive, right? They shows the positive and nitrogen is the negative. So if for example calcium and nitrogen is reacting, calcium plus nitrogen is reacting, which type of compound is forming here? Calcium is metal, right? So Ca, which type of that you have to write? What is the valence of calcium here? Aishwarya, क्या है calcium का valency? What is the valence of nitrogen? Vidisha, what is the valence of calcium?
Calcium 3, sir.
3.
Calcium is 3. Rohini, what is the valence of calcium?
2, sir.
2 है यार, 2. यार इस type of का तुम लोग, you are in 12th यार, you are not in 11th. All these things we have studied. What is the second group? What is second group? beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium, radium. So all these are the second group, which calcium, magnesium, all these will show +2 oxidation states. So that's how calcium is the 2. If you don't know how, you can remember this one, how it is forming. The valence of nitrogen, how much, Aishwarya? Vidisha, what is the valence of nitrogen?
3, sir.
Calcium is 2, valence of nitrogen is 3. So these many numbers it will be, calcium will be these many numbers. So that's how Ca3N2 type of compounds will be formed. Okay, the same case with the all. You can see. So in the case of Na3As, so how it is forming? Na and As, what is sodium arsenide? The valence of sodium is 1, arsenic valence is 3. So 3 numbers of sodium will be there, arsenic will be 1 number. The same you apply everywhere and you can remember that one. As I said, Mg3Bi2, the same way Ca3N2, because this is same group. Which one? Nitrogen and bismuth. Same way calcium and magnesium are the same group. That's how all these are the forming reactivity towards the metal. Okay, next. If you are having any doubt in this one, so these you solve. Why is the reason that you write in the your homework in classwork also, you can write this one. Okay, better you write this in text and exercises, try to write in the classwork only. So the next to these topics, by that, so continuation of the notes, so till that you have to write there, you have to solve that one. So that related questions as it is, that will be easy for you to recollect. Let's see this one. Why pentahalides are more covalent than the trihalides? So the reasons we have seen. Now, why is BiH3 the strongest reducing agent amongst all the hydrates of group 15 elements? We have seen now. All these are the metallic character will be increases and the bond length also increases. All these reasons you see. This is related to the Fazan's rule and all. You have to write the reasons. So anyhow, for this one, it is solutions also given. You go through that one. If you are having any question related to that, you can ask me. Next. Nitrogen compounds. In 15th group compounds, regarding this in syllabus, how to prepare this dinitrogen, that is there. It is by fractional distillation. One way is to prepare from the fractional distillation. So how that can be prepared? Air will be liquefied first at lower temperature. That will be fractional distillation. You know what is fractional distillation means? What is fractional distillation means, Vidisha? Vidisha, do you know what is meaning of fractional distillation? Rohini, what is fractional distillation means? Aishwarya. Aishwarya, are you there?
Yes, sir.
So what is fractional distillation means? Do you know or not? Okay, what is distillation means? What is the Vidisha?
Distillation.
Distillation. Vidisha, what is distillation means?
Through which different compounds can be taken out.
Can be separated out, right? Okay, what is fractional distillation means? See, what is fractional distillation means? If the boiling point difference is below the 25 Kelvin degrees temperature, 25 Kelvin temperature, then those compounds can be separated by fractional distillation. One fractions will be, okay, if it is a flask, from the normal distillation, we have to put one column here. One glass column will be put here with the glass bits. So in 11th in organic chemistry, you have studied. Okay, so what happens? There will be race. If it is the close is there, so the whatever the higher boiling point one is there, that will be first condensed and that will fall back, and whatever the lower boiling point, that will come first, and from the condenser that will be cooled and will be collected. So that's what the fractional distillation means it is. So in the case of these are, you can see 90 Kelvin, 77, these are the difference below the 25 Kelvins, right? So these cannot be separated by simple distillation. There will be columns. So this is the like fractional columns, distillating column. There it is, nitrogen gas is separating. Okay, first liquid nitrogen, from that will be converted into the gas. That's how this can be get. Which one? Liquid nitrogen. Along with the oxygen, other carbon dioxide, rest also will. First carbon dioxide can be separated out, then later nitrogen, then oxygen. That's how it will be done. So this is how industrially it is can be prepared as a higher quantity. because nitrogen is used to store the food items, to avoid the rancidity, to avoid the food spoiling. What we do, we have to flush the lace packets you might have seen, which is flushed with the nitrogen gases, because that avoid to react with the bacteria which outside the gases like that. That will be stable for the longer time. So this is the one of the way. So another way, in laboratory, how we can prepare this in the laboratory. So how you can prepare this one? By taking ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate. So by both, if you react, it is ammonium chloride will have it's a acidic. Ammonium chloride is acidic. Here you are getting, first, whenever you write this type of compounds, try to write the water molecule. You should remember the reactants. So how it is preparing here? Ammonia tricks I am saying, how this can be remembered. Ammonium chloride and sodium nitrate it is, okay. Sodium nitrate is different, sodium nitrate is different. Sodium nitrate means NaNO3, sodium nitrite means NaNO2. See, this ammonium chloride, when it is getting reacting, so first you write the water molecules. How many of hydrogens are there? Just try to find it out. So how many hydrogens are there? 4 hydrogens are there. So with the 4 hydrogens, you write the product. First you write the product of, you take it out the product of water as a byproduct. So 4 means 2H2O, so that you write first. Okay, H2O gone now, hydrogen is gone now, oxygen is gone now, hydrogen is gone. So what is left there? Nitrogen is there, chlorine is there, sodium is there. Okay, how many nitrogen is left? One is here, another one is here. So that's how nitrogen is here. Okay, and what is left there? Sodium is left, chloride is left, and you know both can form the sodium chloride. So if you practice like this, that can be remembered. Otherwise, if you by heart these reactions, you cannot write. So that's what I am saying. Wherever the tricks are there, that I will keep tell you. So these things can be written while I explain, because those simple things, those tricks cannot be given. Don't give in textbooks. So these things you have to understand and you have to practice. That whenever I teach those things, you have to make it down. This is how it is coming. Okay, in your own words you write, and that can be remembered. From ammonium dichromate, from other way, how it is from ammonium dichromate. So here, what is the formula of ammonium dichromate? That you should know. NH4 twice Cr2O7. What products will be formed? This is the preparation of nitrogen, right? So here, how many nitrogens are here? NH4 twice means total how many nitrogens, that I will write. Kitne hai nitrogens idhar? Pooja, how many nitrogens are here? At 1:30 you are having physics class, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So till 12:30 I will take and I will leave you. You tell me, nitrogen. How many nitrogens are there in this compound? Vidisha, how many nitrogens are there total?
2, sir.
2 nitrogens are, yeah, this bracket, that is the bracket 2. And hydrogens, Aishwarya, how many hydrogens are there?
8.
8 hydrogens. And Cr2O7. Okay, this you cannot write like this. So to understanding how you can write the product, that's how I wanted to explain you. You don't write all these things, but as a rough work you can write it. Now 8 hydrogens are there. So 8 hydrogens means in water how many molecules will be released? Aishwarya?
2.
8 hydrogens. If 2 I will write, how many hydrogens that will become, Aishwarya?
4.
So for 8 I want, because I want 8 hydrogens. So how many number of water I have to take here?
4. 4, sir.
4. So 4H2O you write. Okay. So 4H2O means here hydrogen is gone now. 8 hydrogen. So here how many oxygens are gone? 4 oxygens gone. So here how many oxygens are left? 3 oxygens are left. So we are preparing nitrogen, right? So nitrogen. So nitrogen you write N2. Plus what is left there now? Cr2O3. So that's how it is. N2, 4H2O, Cr2O3. Is it easy or simple, Aishwarya?
Easy, sir.
Easy. If you remember like this will be easy. First you write the, Rohini, is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So that's how you can practice. You have to, but this chemical reaction, just by remembering these things in mind, you cannot write. Okay. So your handwriting also will have the memory. So scribbling you have to do more. You scribbling from starting only. I am saying, if you write this reaction, if you write 10 times, then only this type of can be recollected in your examination. Otherwise, you will forget ammonia. What is ammonium dichromate? So what is the formula of ammonium dichromate? That if you know that is preparation of the nitrogen, and if you know the technique of water can be released, the rest byproduct you can write automatically. Next, we will see barium nitride, barium azide. So this compound is called the barium azide. So this is from, by this method, pure dinitrogen gas can be prepared. So in the examination they can ask, so how by which method you can prepare the pure nitrogen gas? By taking this barium nitride, azide or sodium azide. By taking sodium azide also can be prepared this one. So what products will be formed here? How many bariums are here? One barium is there, and nitrogen you write. So 2 into 3, 6. So 3 you can write. So that's how it will be balanced. So whatever it is releasing, that is the pure one. So the same way you can write here. So Na plus, so 2 if you write. So here it became 2 into 3, 6. So 2 Na and 3 N2. That's how you can write preparation of nitrogen gases. Okay. So these properties you write, physical properties, you go through that one class work also you write. So it is there is nothing much to explain. Okay, it is colorless, odorless, tasteless, and it has 2 stable isotopes. Isotopes means which are having the different atomic. What it is isotope means? Rohini, what is isotope means?
It is a different atomic number.
Same
Different
atomic number and different atomic mass. Okay, here 14 isotope and 15 isotope both is possible, and major is this one. This is very less one. So this is the how isotopes means, and it is having the very less solubility in the water. If you take per liter, this much amount can be dissolved at standard conditions, which is like 273 Kelvin and 1 bar. And it has low freezing point and low boiling points. Usually these are the gases, right? So if you want to get this one, 77.2 means that you can calculate 77 minus 273 Kelvin. How much degrees you can calculate? Okay, that may be around minus 190 something that will come. How much it will come? You calculate around minus 196 something it may come. So 4. Okay, minus 196 degrees centigrade. You can imagine how much low temperature. At that temperature only it can be stability. This solid type of it can be exist. And it is having the very low freezing and the boiling points. Okay, and ammonia. What is the next one? Ammonia. Okay, properties, chemical properties also we will see. So chemical properties all we have seen. Lithium and nitrogen if we react, so you know product how we can. Nitrogen valence is 3, lithium valence is 1, nitrates forms. So this in 11th also you have studied. What happens when boron reacts with the nitrogen? Magnesium reacts with the nitrogen. Okay, that magnesium when reacts with the nitrogen, balance of magnesium is how much it is? 2, and valence of nitrogen is 3. Okay, these many number has to nitrogen, and this many number it has to be. So that's how it is Mg3N2. Okay, you can write easily. Reaction with H2. Nitrogen when reacts with the hydrogen, what happens? Ammonia gas forms. Which process it is? Vidisha, which process it is?
Haber's process.
Very good, Haber's process. Okay, in equilibrium chapter we have studied regarding this equation many times. It is Haber's process. And reaction with the oxygen. Nitrogen gas when reacts with the oxygen, oxides are the form, different product forms. So this is used in the preparation of again nitric acid preparations that we will see when we study that concept. Okay, uses of nitrogen. Uses of nitrogen, just to go through that one as we have seen. Manufacturing of ammonia, and this is stored in canning of foods, like Lay's example I have given. The same way it can be done. And manufacturing of calcium cyanide, which is used in the drugs and the like pesticides. This is how calcium cyanide can be, cyanamide can be prepared by nitrogen. Nitrogen when reacted with the calcium carbide, this can be prepared. So this calcium carbide we have used in the organic chemistry also. Do you remember, Vidisha, or anybody is remember where this we have used? Vidisha, do you remember where calcium carbide is used?
In walls, sir.
Huh? Okay, in the preparation of acetylene gas, when the calcium carbide when react with the water, acetylene gases releases. In organic chemistry, in the preparation of alkynes, acetylene, we have studied that one. Okay, so it is used as a refrigerant to prevent biological materials. So to store any biological materials that can be used, it is because it is lower temperatures, right? It is used to provide inert atmosphere in welding. At the time of welding, it provides this one. And you write these exercises, homeworks you do, and you complete this on time. And you will have the exam. So ammonia onwards we will study in the next class. Okay, or I will prepare the video and I will post this, or we can finish it off this. So 2-3 more slides are left. Okay, 5 slides are left. Okay, so many are there. Okay, 7-8 slides I will prepare one video and I will post. I request all of you to watch that one. By that we can go to the 16th group elements, but everyone should watch and I will ask the questions that one if I prepare. If not possible, if I will explain only. Okay, now you can, if you are having any doubt, you can ask me, or just you can go. Is it clear, or any doubts you are having? Aishwarya.
No, sir.
Okay, it's clear the concept whatever we have discussed now.
Yes.
Okay, Nikhil is there. Who left? Someone is left.
Pooja, sir.
When she left?